Guide to Grammar, Identifying the Parts of Speech, Part 3, Infinitive Verbs, Inflected Verbs, and Modal Verbs. Introduction. In the first and second part of our Grammar Guide series we were introduced to verbs, adverbs, phrasal and infinitive verbs. In this lesson we will explore the topic of verbs even further. Specifically, we will learn about verb inflection, modal verbs, bare infinitives and full infinitives, gerunds. This video is part of the Grammar Guide course. For more information visit www.practicalenglishwithdarcy.blogspot.com. Infinitive verbs and inflected verbs. The word infinitive is defined as an adjective describing the verb in its most basic form. Inflection means to change, as in, to change the spelling of a verb in accordance with the rules of grammar. An infinitive verb is an uninflected verb. In these lessons, we will often be using the word infinitive as a noun to talk about uninflected verbs. We will also be talking about two kinds of infinitives, bare infinitives, and full infinitives. How are verbs inflected? The rules of English grammar dictate that different classes of verbs take different spellings to accord with their tense and number. In other words, we need to add suffixes. In the case of regular verbs, for example, walk becomes walks as in, he walks to work. If we are using the first person, I, second person you, or we, or the plural third person in the present simple tense, we use the bare infinitive form of the verb. I walk, you walk, we walk, they walk. The third person singular, present tense verb inflection, the third person singular, however, requires that we add an s to the end of the verb if it is a regular verb. Irregular verbs are inflected differently altogether and will be discussed in a different lesson. Compare, you and I both walk to work, he walks to work. Modal verbs. Compare, he walks to work, he can walk to work. The second example uses the bare infinitive form of walk even though we are using the third person singular in the present tense. This is because we are using modal verbs. When modal verbs, that is words like can, will, may, should, etc. are used in sentences, the main verb will be uninflected. Modal verbs are verbs that are used alongside main verbs to express something. The modal verb can express his ability. The modal verb should and must express obligation. The modal verb may express his permission or possibility in the future. The modal verb will express his certainty in the future, etc. Negative sentences. Negative sentences also use uninflected verbs or bare infinitives after the negated auxiliary verb doesn't and didn't. Compare, he walks to work, he doesn't walk to work, he walked to work, he didn't walk to work. We will return to topics of verb tense, modal and auxiliary verbs in later lessons. Full infinitives. Another form of the infinitive is the so-called full infinitive. These are the uninflected verb with a preposition to preceding it, as in to walk. Full infinitives, infinitives for short, can be used as verb objects and they are often found after a variety of other verbs, most commonly, want, need, like, love, etc. For example, I want to go to the mall to shop for new clothes. Lions like to hunt.
How and why are infinitives used? Infinitives will be found performing a variety of different grammatical functions. We will discuss a few of them. 1. As adjectives. To modify nouns, compare, give me something to write with. Here, the infinitive verb to write is being used to modify the noun to give it more description. Therefore the infinitive is acting as an adjective in the sentence. 2. After adjectives. Compare, I'm pleased to meet you. Here again, the infinitive is acting as part of the adjective to the subject of the sentence. 3. As adverbs. To express purpose, compare, the lion wants a zebra, the lion wants to hunt a zebra. People like money, people like to spend money. We go to school to learn. Turn here to get on the highway. Use this password to log in. The infinitive, when used after verbs like want, need, like, dislike, come, go, get, use, etc., gives more meaning to the verb. Here, infinitives function as adverbs. Most of the time, infinitives are used in this way. 4. As a noun and a subject, compare. To give is better than to receive. To err is human. To be or not to be, that is the question. To achieve mastery, it takes a lifetime. In these examples, we can see the infinitive verb put in as the subject of the sentence. Therefore, we are using the infinitive talking about the activity or state as a noun in the sentence. Infinitives and gerunds. Gerunds are another form of verb acting as adjective or noun, and it takes the ing verb inflection, that is, going, doing, etc. Infinitives and gerunds are very distinct. However, there are instances in which a gerund can be, and will be oftentimes, used instead of an infinitive. Compare, let's go to the mall to shop for new clothes. Let's go shopping for new clothes at the mall. She doesn't like to do house chores. She doesn't like doing house chores.
Examples. Here is a list of 32 verbs that can be followed by infinitives. Ask, please don't ask me to lie. Begin. In the autumn, the leaves begin to change from green to yellow, orange, and red. Care, I do not care to talk to you if you are rude. Choose, I would choose to be rich rather than famous. Continue, the problem will continue to get worse if we don't stop it. Decide, if you decide to be a doctor, you will have to study for 10 more years or longer. Fail, the student failed to pass the quiz again. Forget, don't forget to bring your books to class. Get, turn here to get on the highway. Go, let's go to the mall to shop for new clothes. Have, you'll have to take a taxi now because the buses have stopped running. Hope, I hope to get a high score on this exam. Learn, what languages have you learned to speak? Like, she likes to play the piano and sing every night. Love, he loves to play football with the others. Manage, they'll never manage to finish it if they don't start now. Mean, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Need, predators need to eat meat to survive. Plan, next year I plan to travel to the UK. Prefer, would you prefer to eat rice or noodles? Prepare, you should prepare to sleep soon. It's getting late. Pretend, she was only pretending to cry. Promise, he promised to come home again before Christmas. Remember to bring your books to class. This computer seems to run too slowly. Start, it's starting to get cold now. Stop, let's stop at the shop to look at new clothing. Try to do it by yourself. Use this password to log in. Wait, I can't wait to play this new game. Want? Who wants to try? Would like? What would you like to do tonight?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please remember to follow this channel. Help us grow to reach more audiences by liking the video and sharing it. If you would like to become a VIP member, or you are interested in having a free consultation, write to us, or go to www.practicalenglishwithdarcy.blogspot.com for more.